Welcome to Unfair Sports, a Hog Media production presented by Sleeper. I'm your boy Jay with my guy Coop. Enjoy this clip as this video is powered by our partners over there at Sleeper. Make sure you download the app, use our promo code UNFAIR, and you'll get up to a $100 match on your first deposit. Terms and conditions do apply, so see Sleeper's terms of use for details. We're going to need to get the running going. Like, Ryan Fogier struggled.
He did not look terrific.
Oh, man. And that sack that Materia got, the one sack we gave up, was Fogier supposed to move around and block a guy. And he moved so slow that the dude basically spinned him around and they were able to get to Mateer. I watched that play like 4 times. I'm like, dude. But at the same time, guess what, Coop? It's a true freshman. What do you expect? So
It's
what happened with a true freshman, unfortunately. What was some of the bad that you would like to see improved on the offensive side of the ball? Of course, I know it's probably offensive line related because this is what everybody's complaining about.
I mean, it just is. I mean, from the offensive line perspective, yes, this is an FCS team. You should go out there and absolutely just knock the shit out of the people in front of you. Like there's just nothing around it. And I would say this is the overreaction is Troy Everett played like ass. He did not go out there and do that, and that's why you saw Michaela come in. And Michaela's first play was the longest run that we had. So
yeah, you saw that. That was kind of funny.
It is what it is. I think that what's going to happen with this offensive line for this year, Jay, is probably going to be something along the lines of you're going to see some really, really good, and you're going to see some like, oh God. What you can't have is the situation where, Howland against Ole Miss at the end of the game where it was just bad. I don't think that you're going to be able to – I don't think that that's going to be a situation that we're going to be able to have this year because I think that Mateer was sacked 34 times last year. He knows everything about, playing with somebody running down his throat. And Jay, on one of his scrambles he had – it looked like he looked read 1, read 2, read 3. Did you know that you could do that, Jackson Arnold? You can. But you looked read 1, read 2, read 3.
We've moved past him.
Hey, he's a running back at Auburn now, so that's good. Leads the SEC in rushing. But I will say this is Mateer had a decision and he bounced and he was out and he was 7 yards downfield in a flash. And so I think that that's what you're going to see. I also think that you get some of these other guys back in, and it is going to, it's going to look a little bit better. I think when you get Fasusi out there, I'm at the spot right now to where I'm just like, hey, you just gotta bring in your best potential players and grow with them because I think that there's a couple of guys that we just know who they are and they're the best available. But if a freshman, I'd rather have Fogier learning than, just a half-efforted performance. But then I had this conversation with my daughter the other day. And it's like, yeah, if you're playing a weaker team and you play like you're playing against a weaker team, they're going to get you here and there.
Every time.
And I'm wondering if there's something that kind of went into that because, we heard all season this offensive line really really came together and they heard all the criticism. And then week 1, this is what you throw out there. Like, it's got to be better because at the end of the season, I don't want to look back and go, man, we're 9-3. We could have been 11-1 if our offensive line just did did something a little bit more. Just give me it like a little bit more.
The NFL season is here. Heck, college football is here too, baby. I'm excited, which means you have a chance to 100 times your cash on daily fantasy football. Football has never been more exciting than now with players like C.J. Stroud, Patrick Mahomes, Baker Mayfield, right? Lamar Jackson, even going into the college ranks. You can look at John Mateer, running backs like Jeremiah Love, etc. What you can do is you pick on stats for these stars, touchdowns, passing yards, receiving yards, fantasy points, and more. And what you can do is get up to 100 times payout on the Sleeper app. So get your picks right and you could win big. Use promo code UNFAIR and you'll get up to $100 match on your first deposit. Terms and conditions do apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. You can also see the link in the description below. We just need a little bit more push, a little bit more strain, as BV would say, more strain. We need more push on it. And I agree with that. I'm not going to disagree that the line needs to be pushing more people around. You could see the inexperience out there, but it's good that you're catching some of this stuff on tape and saying, hey, be prepared. You're going to be pushing some big dudes at Michigan. And similar to the way you were pushing big dudes in practice, be prepared to be pushing big dudes against Michigan. You need to get stronger and better with that. So the game prep is going to be fun this week for the team because now I saw the spread has been moving up. It's now Oklahoma minus 5.5, which is wild to me that it's already moving like this. But for us, as Mateer has been flying up a lot of charts, the bigger thing is we just got to make sure that we're prepared to give him time to throw the ball. The thing that I want to see more of, and it's not a bad thing, and it's not really a negative, while at the same time it's one of those that I want to see more of this. I need to see John Mateer run more. Like, there was lanes wide open for him to go. And his game is truly predicated on his leveraging his legs to make defenses have to respect him, make defenses have to add additional defenders on the field to chase him. That way, if he's going to pass it, you have someone that's prepared for it. If he's going to run it, you got somebody there that can keep up with him. But then that can open up your actual run game. That's something that I think we need to see more of. All right, defensive side of the ball. What the interior guys, we rotated a lot. I saw a lot of Marcus Strong. I saw a lot of Taylor Wine. Someone mentioned that he gave us some good snaps. I saw a lot of mixtures on the interior and linebacker. We got to make sure that when we play Michigan, we're going to have to go to a 4-6 and just be ready to hit Justin Haynes as he comes through the hole. I expect it, but there obviously is no guarantee. What you see on defense that made you say,
Yeah, and, trying not to look toward, because we'll do this on Wednesday, but Michigan, Haynes had a 60-yarder. I think it was a 59-yarder, and then I think he had like 15 carries for 100 outside of that. So he's got some capability.
He's going to break.
Passing-wise, their leading receiver was a tight end, so I think that you're going to see a lot of Kendall Daniels out there or Reggie Powers covering that tight end. Outside of that, their receivers did not do much, and that was the entire game. So, I could go back and look at the stats again, but they're going to rely on the run. And so, Venables is going to know that you're doing a lot of run fits. Underwood did not do much running, and I expect that that's probably going to be a situation that you're going to probably see more of. Yeah. So where I'm thinking for the defense is, you had – I think I saw Jeremiah Newcomb in there on either the first or second drive of the game. He was a third defensive back out there. Listen, Jay, I really don't – outside of just when you're the edge guy, especially with Underwood and Haynes, like they're going to see the film where Marvin crashed too far down the line and the quarterback opened up because they overloaded that side. They ran all action to the left side of the field. And it literally was the defensive end was the last bit of defense to stop that quarterback run. And so Michigan's going to see that. They're going to try that out. How disciplined are you? It's not going to be early in the game. It's going to be later in the game once you've got the defensive ends crashing down. They're probably going to try it on both sides. Our Mason Thomas, if there was a spot that he really needed to improve on, it was setting the edge and holding the edge. Mm-hmm. So I think that to be critical of this defense who gives up 34 yards passing, it's hard. It's hard.
Very hard.
It's hard to be critical of that.
It is.
There were no busts. There were no busts, but at the same time, there was not a lot of opportunity for busts.
I'd say the big couple of runs that happened were busts. They were holes that weren't filled that should have been filled. But at the same time,
Oh, here we go. I think Kip Lewis got a little too antsy pants a couple times, and I think
he did. He kind of missed in the spot. Like it was unkip like.
Yeah, and again, I mean, now you're the guy at linebacker, so this is your chance to come in and shine. So I'll just stick in there that I think that those things will get. And again, if you went out there and you won 70-0, and there's not much to coach on except for where you let this 8-yard run go by, that's a hard coaching spot. But I mean, it is Michigan. Yep. You can point towards, and we're about to get to this. You can point towards Alabama, towards Clemson, towards Texas, and you can say, hey, listen, we're going to be playing these types of games. And if you are not doing the right thing at the right time, it could be the difference between us losing by a touchdown and us winning by a touchdown. So you got to get these details. These are things that you can't let go because I said it, in our preview. Every single team in the SEC this past year had 2 different games where their offense just didn't show up, and it was down to details.
That's the biggest thing it's down to the details, and that's where you now have the tape to say, hey, this was the play call at this time. Why didn't you do this? And now they can answer it of, oh, yeah, okay, I see where I was supposed to be. And that's what you want. There was some busts. You saw Kip miss. I saw Kip. There wasn't very many missed tackles. Like when I went and looked at PFF and they calculated a lot of them. There wasn't a lot of missed tackles while at the same time. Let me see. What did they have us calculate? They said we missed 6 total tackles. And that was a lot of inside stuff. Jaden Jackson missed one. Marcus Strong missed one. Kobe McKenzie, Kip, as well as Jeremiah Newcomb were 5. And Grayson Halton. Basically, interior guys did not get the full rap. But the good thing is that you only gave up 117 yards, a total of 151 yards total. That, to me, I'm like, okay. We're nitpicking now. I'm just telling y'all now, as we mentioned in the beginning.
Nitpicking.
We are fully nitpicking on this because we played Maine, and Maine had 251 yards. Most of the other teams that played FCS teams, they gave up a lot more yards than us, and especially in the pass game.
That the Winker's right, kid. He's an FCS player. He's probably going to have a shot to do something in the league. He's a bigger kid, and so is Justin Haynes. Justin Haynes is 5'11", 210, and so you're going to have to be able to bring him down, and you're going to have to do that. Lower center of gravity. He's a junior, so he's got some experience. You're going to have to, and so that's what's going to happen. Now, I do think that some of those missed tackles, I guess Gabe and Teddy said there's 2 missed. I haven't got to listen to that yet, but some of those missed tackles are, opinions. Like I know the Grayson Halton one is the one where I mentioned where he overrushed and got up the level with the quarterback, and then he gave it off and he grabbed him by the arm. So. But again, nitpicking on a 160 yards total offense given up.
Yeah, we were only 3 teams in the SEC gave up less than 200 yards in their opening game. Florida gave up 86. Vanderbilt gave 135. We gave up 151. Not bad. I think we gave up the least amount of passing yards. We gave up 34. Florida gave up 49. Ole Miss gave up 69. Missouri gave up 73. Vanderbilt 88. Then, you go to everybody else that played other real teams. Run defense, we gave up the 100. We gave up the most. But the thing that I got out of it, again, is We burned a lot of clock. Like a lot of clock. And Clemson, for some reason, could not figure out how to run on LSU. Which is crazy. But, anywho, all right, let me get back to some of these questions. Thank y'all for pulling up. Hit the like button if you are new to the channel. Please subscribe.